got a curious question on that.
Sure.
Are there reports or publishings that kind of average out the industry data and put it out in some sort of a statistical analysis for asset management and O&M and like, is there a industry-wide effort does that? I think it would be a really cool project if you guys
No,
led
you're
something like that.
yeah, totally. No, they talk about it. So everyone that
Everyone
actually
talks about it. No one does
total
it.
no, Karen, no, really. No, they do bring it up. Oh, we should do this right across, even our competitors and different industries within solar. We should share this data. And yeah, everybody,
Yeah,
that is the way to do it, right? Yeah, definitely. If like
yeah.
PRS were to share,
You guys could even you probably have plenty of data. You could if you could anonymize it and publish it somehow, it would be insightful
yeah,
for
totally.
analysts, for purchasers, for general industry people to see
Yeah.
like because
Yeah.
everybody like for we've all been in solar for plenty of time now, but in the early days, everybody used to say, "Oh, solar is hogwash. It's not real. It will never be anything." Now we're like
Yeah.
5% of all energy or all electricity, and we will soon be 50%. What most people don't
Yeah.
realize because industry is growing 30% on average for the last 30 years, and everybody seems to forget that. And so sharing the specifics about like what those expected production forecasts are and by how much people are missing it or overproducing because that's the next level of scare tactic that someone could
Yeah.
use for solar. It never produces what it promised.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
is it missing it by 20% or by 2%? Like that. There's of course, all of that stuff is relevant when you're managing an asset, and having that
Totally.
data public would be great.
Yeah, yeah, you're starting to slowly get into like our pending AI patent, but definitely, yeah, we're thinking that all that is very important. But it is, it's just a matter of how you're categorizing the data, how you're collecting it and compartmentalizing it rather, and then it's yeah, totally be very valuable. And I think everyone, I think, is going in that direction. Hopefully, so as we all do that, then hopefully, then at that point, then maybe, that could be that data could be shared and the industry can look at it because there are so many variables depending on environment, design, preventive maintenance measures on these assets over the years. Like, what have they been doing? Like, there's so many pieces to it, so it's really hard to give
Yeah,
right those meaningful data points without knowing all the history.
yeah.
You know,
I mean,
I chuckle a little bit, Karim, because I've heard this sentiment for years and years and years, and I've heard it from so many different companies. Wouldn't it be great if we could have this giant pool of data that we could all draw from and be able to do deeper analysis and get greater insight into blah, 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 blah. But the moment you talk to any individual company and say, would you be willing to participate? It's, oh, well, our data is proprietary and
yeah,
it's what gives us an advantage in the market, and we just really can't share that at this time. And we as a monitoring provider, we have to be careful too, because we don't actually own our customers' data. Our
sure.
customers own their data. We're simply stewards of their data, housing it on their behalf and providing them with easy access to analytical tools to do what they need to do to analyze that data. So
Yeah,
yes, it would be great if,
right,
but the way that these businesses are structured and the way that our business is structured doesn't allow that to easily happen.
right, right.
Hopefully someday we can get there, but right now there's significant barriers to making that happen.
Yeah, it's a good analogy to a situation I remember from having been in solar equipment distribution and related distribution markets. I know, like in the electrical market and in even in publishing, I think there's these like there are opt-in data dumps you can do to certain
Oh,
platforms, and you
yeah,
get the industry-wide statistical analysis back having inputted something. And sometimes it's for free, sometimes it's for a fee, but you got to contribute to data to get the data back. And well, I
yeah,
think it's a matter of maturization. And
yeah, definitely. I think so too.
yeah,
Yeah, there's just so much, and I get it, right? There's so much going on across the entire industry. It's hard to come back to these things, but I think, like you said, as things mature and hopefully maybe settle a bit, because there is right now a huge focus on that data because now it's so powerful
Yeah.
with what you can do with it, given the technology. So I think it's going to get there for sure. It's just a matter of, I think, time.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very important asset class, obviously. Just like real estate is a very important asset
Yeah.
class, and there's a ton of real estate management companies. It's a whole industry. These are a real asset also, and managing and maintaining these
Yeah.
assets is not effortless. And there's
Mhm.
obviously a lot to be done, and you guys are at the forefront of that. So
Yeah, we're excited. Yeah, no, it's definitely very exciting times. I think this is something Next Wave is something we've always thought about again since we plus 17 years ago, but it's great to see it come into the forefront now with monitoring in general, but now with Next Wave. So we're really excited about the opportunity, and I think in the coming years you'll see things shape up, and we're hoping just to deliver a very strong a platform with reliable hardware and just make sure we're getting all the data points out to customers and solving issues that people are seeing out in the field.
great. Ethan, Nutter, thank you so much for sharing this story and giving us an insight into really a 17-year-old team that has pretty much walked every path in the solar industry, that has um, seen the problems firsthand from customer perspective, and created solutions, not only in the O&M services, but also in energy monitoring platforms as a data platform, solving these major challenges as the industry grows and assets need to be maintained. Um, Thank you for this great conversation.
Thanks, Karen.
Yes, thank you, Karim. It's always a pleasure talking with you, and appreciate you giving us the time and your platform.
Yeah, and more soon.